started spying on the NAACP because they couldn't trust that among the NAACP leadership, somebody wouldn't come up with ideas that whites who pay money to it would not be have an objection to. So they watched all black organizations. Now, who is the they? Who is the they? Now, some of you like to refer to me as anti-Semitic. I hate that you would say that in the face of many of those who call me anti-Semitic. They're very definitely anti-black. Now, there are certain members of the Zionist faction of Jews that have always wanted to control the means by which your crucifixion could take place. You notice how everyone that got crucified got first crucified in the media. The media is used to demagnetize the person who has attracted large crowds. So to demagnetize you means to make you now unattractive to the people that once were attracted to you. I'm sorry, I have to tell it. There were members of the Jewish community that helped to start the NAACP, but they were watchmen over how that organization developed to keep it in a certain line. This is anti-black. As long as Martin Luther King was talking about black and white together and forgiveness and all of that, he was the darling of the civil rights movement. Malcolm, on the other hand, was like the real radical, and Martin Luther King loved, Malcolm hated. Malcolm was supposed to be the biggest anti-Semite of his day. You didn't hear me. Well, let me say it again. Now, as Martin started changing, see, that's what you have to understand about all of you who lead. As long as you don't change in your relationship to the powers, you can continue. But the moment they see change in you, then they have to destroy you so that you will never be a strong leader for your people. When Martin Luther King began speaking against the wall, that's when all hell broke loose. The black preachers turned on Martin King. You say, you're making it hard for us, Martin, because your social gospel is interfering with us and our relationship with our former slave masters and their children. So they turned on Martin. The FBI called Martin Luther King a notorious liar. They started monitoring his hotel rooms, his offices, and they sent tapes to his wife of some affairs that he had, as though an affair will make a man less than a warrior for God and the liberation of the people. When they saw in February of 1968 Martin Luther King Jr. sitting with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they saw the two men from Georgia meeting the greatest orator of our time and the most brilliant prophetic voice of our time. One of these had to die. To kill Elijah would have meant revolution. But when they killed Martin, revolution broke out in 100 cities in America. I'm talking about the U.S. government and the plots that they enact against black politicians that they're losing control over. They'll come with some fake stuff offering you this, but there's a camera. So that you will lose confidence in your black leadership, who are only following the path of their white predecessors. Now, Elijah Muhammad, the FBI did everything they could to destroy him, to destroy the Nation of Islam. And they thought the nation would never rise again. Who is Michael Jackson in all of this? Michael Jackson, the seventh of 9 children, was born to a devout Jehovah's Witness mother. His father, Joseph, a steel mill worker who performed with an R&B band called the Falcons. Well, the boys didn't form the Jackson 5. Joe Jackson formed the Jackson 5. There's something about Joe Jackson that we have to understand. Most of us have children and we have no purpose for them. So they grow up without a name, without a purpose, and we just hope that they'll turn out all right. Joe Jackson